So I'm a wizard in a campaign where we are playing Curse of Strahd. No spoilers. And I had a bad session the other day in terms of rolls. We are all level 3. Our party was traveling on our cart with 2 miles down a slim path, supposedly around 10 feet wide next to a cliff. I sent my familiar to go scout ahead for any dangers. The familiar, after a 16 perception roll, comes back saying he sees a camouflage threat about 200 feet away and some webs. Alright, not a big deal. Our entire party had a plan set up with a combination of spells and brute force. Here's where the first thing pops up that annoyed me. Somehow, my familiar and neither the rest of the party was unable to see another one of those creatures that was 50 feet in front of us. Namely, our druid got an 18 or so perception roll and saw nothing, until we get trapped in a stickiness where our mules also got trapped in. Alright, maybe the DM just forgot to tell me. Now let's boogie with some initiative. After the first initial round of combat, I decide to wing it and decide to hurl a witch bolt at the creature. I was in the back of the cart and it was flying, but my unluckiness rolled a natural 1. In my head I thought, oh man, well that sucks. Now in pipes my DM. Oh, by the way guys, natural ones are totally a thing to harm other things now. He proceeds to tell me my witch bolt that did 10 damage insta-killed a mule, which in its stat block that my druid has, supposedly has 11 HP. I was confused because I have rolled many nat 1s before, and out of nowhere he does this. On top of this, I didn't get a second roll or anything to attempt to miss after asking him. He said, nope, that critical fail instantly hits the mule and explodes the heart in him. I realized maybe I was overreacting and I shouldn't have done that. Then comes the NPC fighter turn. Not wanting to hurt them too much, we put them far away, then made them throw the axe at the creature. Keep in mind, the creature is in the middle of the straight path, 10 feet off the edge. Nat 1. Alright, well they throw the axe off the edge. This one wasn't as bad, but we paid something like 10 gold for that, and it had been extremely hard for us to find gold so far. Here comes the druid's turn. He decides to produce flame at the creature who, at this point, leapt upon a tree to gain a better and safer vantage point. He rolls to throw fire at the creature. Dreaded nat 1. Me and one other person is on the cart at this point. The DM tells us, the tree comes falling down onto the cart. Roll an acrobatics check to safely get out, as the mule and cart begin to tumble their way off the edge. The other player gets something like a 15, and I roll a 3. That ends up becoming a 5. You fall off the edge along with the cart. What do? It's a 400-foot drop onto some solid stone at the bottom. What the what? My DM knows the spells I have, mainly focused on minor buffs like enlarge/reduce, helping stuff like sleep and mage armor. At this point, I could only prepare around 5 slots, and I only had 8 total spells given the lack of gold and areas to find new spells. Since I'm the only one in the cart as the wizard, I asked someone to throw down rope as I fall off. The rope won't be able to reach you quick enough before you meet your demise. As a gnome wizard, the only thing I had were 2 small knives. I literally went through all my items and no one apparently saw me fall off except the barbarian, so no one could help. I loudly thought out loud, looking at every possible thing I could, and even my other players didn't know what to do. My DM said I just had to come up with a creative solution. Was I supposed to use my cloak as a parachute or something? Or use a shield to miraculously block 20d6 falling damage? I jumped off the falling cart with my small knife to bury into, mind you, solid stone. I think my DM gave pity to me at this point. With my 15 athletics roll, I was able to cling onto the mountain by one small knife into solid stone, but still took 4d6 falling damage, which would have knocked me out given I didn't have any. given I didn't have my arcane ward up. So anyways, I decided to change up basically all my spells to support and save / think. Because of this rule, the DM implemented 5 sessions in after several battles without it. I'm definitely getting needlessly mad, but I just needed to get it out. Personally, I thought it was dumb my character almost died because of one bad roll and someone else's critical failure. Now, I understand the concept of critical failures, but I don't like them having disastrous consequences. You're already auto-failing, and I feel like something deadly happening when you're already in a deadly situation is just throwing salt into the wound. No one likes to roll low, and no one likes the negative stuff to happen, so I think making things a bit more silly and lighthearted sounds better than you messed up and someone might die because of it. But what are your thoughts?